My dear child, do not allow fear to silence the fire within you. Change is already in motion, unseen but certain. When joy seems out of reach and shadows cloud your heart, listen closely. I whisper truth into the silence. You are not broken, not abandoned. You are bold and braver than you've allowed yourself to believe. Each step you've taken, I've walked with you. Every wish you've held in your heart, I've cradled in mine. Whether in seasons of light or valleys of pain, I remain never distant. My presence is your steady ground, even when everything else feels unstable. Let courage rise in you like the sun after a storm. Speak freely. Your voice holds power and promise. I hear every word, even the ones you struggle to form. I gather your burdens and respond not with judgment, but with compassion and wisdom. In every season of lack, sickness, or confusion, I offer more than comfort. I offer renewal. Your thoughts matter to me. Your pain is never dismissed. I see every tear, even the hidden ones. When confusion clouds your vision, turn to me. I am not silent. I guide, I clarify. And when life feels uncertain and your heart aches with questions, my care does not falter. This is not just reassurance, it is a holy promise etched into eternity. Every sunrise is your invitation to start anew, not perfect, but progressing. You and I, we walk together. I will never pull away when life gets heavy. Even in your darkest hour, when despair threatens to silence hope, I remain near, guiding your every step forward. Loneliness may visit, but it is not your identity. You are deeply known and endlessly loved. I've placed a flame of resilience in you that no hardship can snuff out. Even when mountains seem too high, you carry within you the power to rise above. Not because you're unshaken, but because you are held. Hold fast to what is true. You are not wandering alone. You are being led. When the noise of life grows loud, let my voice be your peace. When fear creeps in, let trust be your response. My guidance is not fleeting. It is your anchor. Let these words sink deep. You are enough, and you are never alone. You were not made for defeat, but for courage. Let your steps reflect the strength I placed within you. Do good, not to prove yourself, but to reflect the light I see burning inside you. Continue even when trembling, because forward is still forward. When everything feels like it's crumbling, do not retreat. Hear me clearly. I am your strength, and no challenge is beyond my reach. Stand with a heart ready to endure. Each day you choose to keep going, you build something eternal within. What feels like pressure now will soon reveal the diamond buried inside you. Pause with me, quiet your mind, and truly listen. I am offering you direction, not confusion, strength, not shame. You do not walk through this life guessing. I illuminate your path. With each decision, I'll be beside you, ensuring you never carry more than you can bear. Let this truth nourish your soul. I care for you, not just in moments of worship or gratitude, but in the ordinary, messy, tear-stained parts of your life. Do you feel that care blooming within your spirit? Let it grow. Now tell me, do you desire a lighter heart, a clearer mind, a life with more peace? Your honest answer is the first door to transformation. The moment you admit your longing is the moment healing begins. Hope is not lost, it is rising. If you're ready to rise, don't delay. Start today, not when it feels perfect. Your willingness is the spark. As you move in faith, I will move through you. Each step forward welcomes more clarity, more strength, more of the peace you've been aching for. You already know I am near. Still, I will continue to confirm it through whispers, through people, through quiet moments that leave you breathless in wonder. You don't need more proof. You need to believe what your spirit already knows. Give thanks and shift your focus to what is lasting. Open your source of truth and let it speak life into your weary places. Read with reverence. Speak with intention. When provoked, choose peace. When overwhelmed, return to stillness. These habits are not burdens. They are bridges to your becoming. Even the hard moments have something to teach. Let them shape you, not scar you. Many may pretend to hold wisdom, but you know better. Your clarity is not found in empty promises or loud opinions. It is found in gratitude. Each morning you choose to say thank you. create space for joy to grow. Gratitude sharpens your vision and softens your heart. Let it be your rhythm, your lifeline. Make sacred space for stillness. Set aside time to be with me uninterrupted. Let my words refill what the world has drained. When everything feels like too much, come back to this quiet place. I am your unshakable center. Storms may rage, but you are not without shelter. Even when you falter, you are not forsaken. Failure doesn't define you. You are not the sum of your mistakes. I see the depth of your heart, and nothing will change the love I hold for you. You are a treasure, chosen and cherished beyond all measure. Let this be the foundation of your confidence. You are seen, supported, and sacred, and you will discover that clarity comes not with noise, but in quiet surrender. When your mind is restless and your heart is heavy, sit in the silence and let my voice meet you there. You are not expected to have every answer. You are only asked to be willing to listen. In that space of stillness, you will find comfort, and with it the direction you've been seeking. If fear rises and tempts you to run or hide, recognize that fear loses its power when faced with truth. Do not be ashamed of your trembling. I see it and hold you with tenderness, not judgment. There is great courage in facing what scares you. With every step you take, despite fear, you are stepping into the person you were created to become. Resilient, wise, and deeply rooted in truth. You are not defined by your lowest moments. Your failures do not disqualify you from grace. Even in your brokenness, you are seen and deeply loved. There is nothing too shattered that I cannot restore. Allow your wounds to teach you, but not to limit you. Let your scars remind you of what you've survived, not of what you've lost, but of what you've overcome. I was with you in those moments, even when you couldn't feel me. I'm still with you now. There will be days when disappointment sneaks in like a shadow and tries to convince you that nothing will ever change. On those days, resist the urge to give up. Let your sorrow be seen. Let your tears fall, but don't let them drown your hope. Even sorrow has a season. It will not last forever. Beneath the ache, new life is stirring. Do not mistake the darkness for the end. It is often the soil where your next breakthrough is planted. I have not forgotten your prayers. Every word you've spoken in longing, in desperation, in silence, I've heard them all. Even the prayers you were too weary to form, I understood them. My timing may seem mysterious, even frustrating, but I ask you to trust that I am working beyond what you can see. The delay is never denial, it is preparation. I am aligning hearts, shaping circumstances, and positioning you for something more meaningful than what you had in mind. When anger rises in your spirit, at the injustice, at the betrayal, at the unfairness, bring it to me. Do not bury it or pretend it doesn't exist. I can handle your truth. I do not love you less because of your frustration. I only ask that you don't let anger rule you. Allow it to awaken your desire for justice, but temper it with compassion. Let it draw you closer to healing, not further into resentment. Even your righteous anger is something I can work with. If you offer it honestly and let me transform it, you will encounter people who hurt you, often unknowingly, sometimes deliberately. Their words may wound, their actions may confuse or betray. But I urge you, do not let their behavior define your response. You are not their reflection. You are my image bearer, and I have called you to live above bitterness. Set boundaries, protect your peace, but do not close your heart to the possibility of grace. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is strength disguised as mercy. And when you forgive, you free yourself from the chains of what was done to you. There will be moments you feel invisible, like no one sees your efforts or appreciates your sacrifices. But I see it all. I see your quiet perseverance, your small kindnesses, the tears you cry when no one is looking. None of it is wasted. I measure value not by recognition, but by intention. What you do in secret, I will honor in time. Keep going. Even when applause is absent, your impact is greater than you know. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. But holding on to guilt won't make you better. It will only make you bitter. Release the weight of self-blame. You are growing, learning, and evolving, not expected to be flawless. The lessons from your past do not define you, they refine you. Let them do their work, and then let them go. Grace is not earned by perfection. It is received in surrender. If you're weary of waiting, know that it's not because you're forgotten. I am developing depth within you. You are being prepared for blessings that require maturity, not haste. The dreams planted in your heart are still alive. They may seem dormant, but they are not dead. Patience is not punishment, it is protection. When the time is right, the doors will open, and when they do, you will be ready to walk through them with wisdom. Your journey will include seasons of isolation, not to harm you, but to strengthen your clarity. When others leave or paths diverge, it's not always rejection, it's redirection. Not everyone can go where I am leading you. Learn to be comfortable in solitude. In those moments, you'll hear my voice more clearly, and your vision will sharpen. Do not fear being alone. I am always there, forming something sacred in the quiet. Joy is not only found in grand victories, but in small, unnoticed moments. Warm light on your skin, a kind word, a deep breath after pain. Cultivate joy intentionally. Choose it even in sorrow. It is not a denial of hardship, but a rebellion against despair. Reclaim it daily. Laugh, dance, rest. Let your soul delight again. This too is holy. Keep showing up. Even when it's hard, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Your presence matters. Your voice matters. Your story matters. You are not lost. You are not too far gone. Every part of you is redeemable. I am with you in every step forward and in every stumble. Do not be afraid to begin again. Progress is not always linear. Sometimes healing looks like falling and standing up 100 times. That is strength. Above all, let love guide you. Let it fill the spaces where fear once lived. Speak it. Live it. Let it pour from you, not because others always deserve it, but because it's who you are now. Love fiercely, even when it's costly. Be the light you long to see, and when you feel depleted, return to me. I will refill you every single time. You were not created to simply survive. You were created to thrive. That doesn't mean life will be easy, but it means you have access to a strength that goes beyond understanding. Do not let this world harden you. Keep your tenderness, keep your empathy. These are your superpowers. In a world that often forgets how to feel, there is a future full of beauty and meaning waiting for you. Walk toward it with eyes wide open and a heart ready to receive. And when you feel too weak to take another step, lean on me. I will carry you forward. This journey we are on, it's not finished yet. The best chapters are still being written. Keep going, keep trusting. You are not alone. A route that may not look like what you imagined, but will eventually lead you to a better outcome. I have not denied your prayers. I am redirecting you to something more complete, something that aligns more deeply with who you are becoming. Sometimes my greatest answers are hidden in the delays you resist, or the changes you did not expect. Be willing to adjust, to shift your perspective, and you will see the unseen blessings emerging from what once felt like disappointment. There are lessons hidden in every season of confusion. Though uncertainty can feel like a shadow that refuses to lift, know that it cannot overpower the light I offer. My guidance may not always arrive wrapped in clarity, but it always arrives with purpose. Trust that I am shaping something good from the chaos. Even in silence, I am working on your behalf, weaving details together into a future that reflects your value and purpose. But I know the silence can make you question. The waiting can breed frustration. You may feel overlooked, or worse, abandoned. That is where fear creeps in, whispering lies that I am distant, that your efforts are unnoticed, or that you are not enough. Do not give in to that fear. It wants to build a wall between us, to obscure what has always been true. You are seen, loved, and chosen. When anger begins to simmer, from unmet expectations or from wounds inflicted by others, don't hide it from me. Bring it into the light. I can handle the fullness of your emotions. I invite honesty, even when it's raw and tangled. You do not need to censor your pain. There is nothing weak about acknowledging hurt. Let me transform that anger into understanding. and redirect that pain into healing. I am not offended by your questions. I welcome them. What matters is that you continue the conversation, even when your voice shakes. Disgust may try to rise, disgust at yourself, your past, or at how life has unfolded. But let me be clear, nothing about you is too broken to mend. No action, no mistake, no regret disqualifies you from my care. The voices that try to convince you otherwise speak from their own darkness. Do not let shame become your story. You are not the worst thing you've done, nor the worst thing done to you. I see beyond all that. I see the person still worthy of compassion, still capable of renewal. When sadness sits heavily in your chest, when the weight of loss or regret seems unbearable, lean on me. I will not rush you through grief or demand you fake joy. I will simply be with you in it. You are not weak for crying, for slowing down, for needing space to breathe. Grief is not a detour. It is part of the path to becoming whole. And in your mourning, you are not alone. I weep with you, and I wait patiently as you heal. Let joy return to you in unexpected moments. Do not feel guilty for smiling again. Laughter and delight are not betrayals of your struggle. They are signs of your resilience. Celebrate the small wins. Cherish the quiet moments of peace. Allow yourself to feel alive, even in the midst of repair. You were created not only to endure, but to thrive. Even when joy feels distant, it is never lost. It waits patiently for your heart to open again. Surprise will meet you when you least expect it. New doors will open that you didn't knock on. New people will enter your life to offer comfort, connection, and direction. Be open to what you didn't plan. Some of your greatest breakthroughs will come from what feels like a disruption. Trust that I am orchestrating what seems random into something remarkable. Let contempt fall away. Not just contempt for others, but for yourself. You are not foolish for trusting, for hoping, for believing. Your desire to love, to grow, to keep showing up, even when others don't, is not weakness, it is strength. But do not lower your standards, or betray your values to gain acceptance. I want you to walk in dignity, to live from your worth, not in search of it. Do not envy those whose lives appear easier or more successful. You don't know the cost of what they carry. Focus on your own lane. What I have for you is tailored, crafted uniquely for your growth and calling. When comparison begins to poison your thoughts, return to gratitude. Remember how far you've come. Every scar tells a story of survival. Every detour taught you something valuable. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be to receive what's next. Let your mind be a space where kindness takes root, where self-compassion grows and fear diminishes. Fill your thoughts with truth, not assumptions. I do not speak in shame. I do not lead with guilt. My voice is steady, loving, and clear. You will know it by how it brings peace, not panic. Discern wisely what voices you entertain. Surround yourself with people who remind you of what is possible, who don't shrink your dreams or exploit your doubts. You were never meant to walk this journey alone. I place the right people in your life at the right time, not perfect people, but present ones. Be willing to receive help as well as give it. You are not a burden, you are a blessing. Allow others to support you, just as you have supported them. Let forgiveness shape your future, not resentment. Forgive not because others deserve it, but because you do. You deserve peace, release, and restoration. Carrying bitterness only keeps you tethered to what hurt you. I will give you the strength to let go, even when closure is out of reach. You are not responsible for how others respond, only for how you choose to heal. The more you lean into this guidance, the more your perspective will shift. You'll begin to see life not as something happening to you, but through you. Even the challenges will begin to make sense, not because they are easy, but because they refine you. Every difficulty stretches your endurance and reveals your capacity. You are stronger than you realize. Remember this. Nothing has been wasted. Not the delays, the tears, the heartbreaks, or even the detours. All of it is being shaped into something worthwhile. Even what was meant to break you is being used to build you. And I am here for every moment of it, quietly steady, endlessly patient, and unwavering in my devotion to you. Let your heart stay soft, even in a hard world. Let your faith remain rooted, even when the winds of doubt blow hard. Let your hope be stubborn. The light within you is not fragile. It is fierce, and with every new day, you are being guided one step closer to the fullness of who you were always meant to be, strengthening you in ways not yet visible. These hidden seasons, though, filled with questions, sorrow, or even frustration, are not wasted. They are moments when your endurance deepens and your faith matures. I see your weariness and understand when you wonder why certain things haven't changed yet. The waiting can feel endless and the silence deafening. But do not confuse delay with abandonment. I am still here, steadfast and intentional, crafting something more beautiful than you can now imagine. There are times when anger rises within you, when injustice cuts deep, and you feel unheard or unseen. I do not turn away from those emotions. Bring them to me. Pour them out honestly, without shame. I can handle every ounce of your confusion, even your resentment. Your honesty is not offensive to me. It is a doorway to deeper connection. When the world dismisses your pain or belittles your struggle, I draw nearer still. I am not afraid of your darkness. I enter it with light that does not falter. You may feel disgust at your own past or shame over things that others forced upon you. Know this: your worth is not reduced by what you've endured. No stain is too deep for renewal. I see past the scars and recognize the beauty that still lives within you. Where others walked away, I stayed. Where others judged, I embraced. And where others wounded, I now bring healing. This support I offer is not based on your perfection, but on your inherent value, the value you had before the pain began, and which still remains. Joy is not something you must earn. It is something I long to restore in you. Even now, beneath the weight of discouragement or fear, joy flickers like a fragile flame. Let it rise again. I am here to fan that flame, to reawaken your laughter, and to remind you that delight is not a distant dream. It is a part of your design. Surprise will return to your days, not just through dramatic events, but in small moments. A smile you didn't expect, a burden lifted, a message that arrives right when needed. You've lived through enough disappointment to know that life can be harsh, and your heart may resist hope out of self-protection. But I ask you to let that guard down, not all at once, just enough to let this truth in. Not everyone will abandon you. I will not. I never have. Others may have broken your trust, but I am not like them. My promises are not empty words. They are anchors you can rely on. Sadness will not always have the final say, though you've cried in the night and wondered if the morning light would ever bring peace. I assure you it will, and if that peace feels far away, I will hold you until it returns. You do not need to pretend to be strong for me. Let your tears fall. Let your questions rise. I will not walk away. Fear may whisper lies, that you are not enough, that you will fail, or that you are alone in your battles. Silence those lies with my truth. You are never alone. You are never too far gone, and you are never unloved. I walk with you in the unknown, not just lighting the way, but steadying your steps. When anxiety grips your chest, remember, peace is still available. It is not a myth. It is a gift I offer. Even your anger is seen, not the destructive kind, but the kind born of injustice, betrayal, or pain. That fire within you does not make you unworthy, it makes you human. And I invite you to bring even that fire into my presence, where it can be refined into strength, courage, and passion with purpose. You were not created to shrink back in fear or to carry bitterness forever. You were created for more, for renewal, for transformation, for peace. So in your quiet moments, when you feel the ache of longing or the weight of uncertainty, pause and listen. I am still speaking, not always in thunder, but often in stillness, in the hush between heartbeats, in the breath you didn't realize you needed. I am there, whispering reassurance, offering perspective, lifting your gaze when it has fallen too low for too long. Let this be a gentle reminder that you were never meant to navigate life alone. Not when the storms rage, and not when calm returns. I remain beside you, not just to witness your journey, but to walk every step with you. I offer you care that cannot be revoked, peace that does not fade, and love that holds firm. Even when everything else feels uncertain, do not let bitterness or past pain block you from receiving this gift. You don't have to earn it. You only need to receive it. Open your heart once more. Even if it trembles with hesitation, there is still more ahead, more hope, more meaning, more comfort, and more joy than you've yet known. And I will be with you through it all. This emptiness arises from a deep need to reconnect with what sustains you truly. Love, meaning, and a sense of belonging. It is not a weakness, but a sign that your spirit longs for renewal. Do not resist this call, for it is the invitation to rediscover the parts of yourself that have been hidden or forgotten in the shadows of pain and confusion. There may be times when fear grips your heart tightly, making the future appear bleak and uncertain. This fear is real and understandable, yet it need not control your steps. Let it be acknowledged without allowing it to paralyze you. Within that very fear lies the seed of courage, waiting quietly for you to nurture it. When you feel overwhelmed, know that you are not failing. You are simply human, navigating the complex terrain of life. Allow your vulnerabilities to surface without shame, for they are the doorways to deeper healing. Surprise can come in unexpected forms, sometimes in moments of joy breaking through sorrow, sometimes in sudden clarity piercing confusion. Be open to these surprises. Even when they challenge your current beliefs or emotions, they are signposts on your path, gently redirecting you toward growth and understanding. At times you might feel contempt toward the injustices you have faced, or the people who caused you harm. This anger, though uncomfortable, is a natural response. Do not suppress it, but let it be a catalyst for setting boundaries, reclaiming your power, and demanding the respect you deserve. Sadness may wash over you like a heavy tide, pulling you into depths where words fail. It is okay to feel this sorrow deeply. In these moments, remember that your tears are a sacred release, a cleansing of wounds that must heal. Do not rush away from this pain or disguise it with forced smiles. Instead, allow yourself the grace to mourn, for through mourning comes renewal. Disgust, whether directed outward at a world that sometimes feels cruel or inward at perceived flaws, can be a powerful emotion. Use it wisely as a signal to protect yourself and seek environments that nourish your well-being. Reject the narratives that degrade you or diminish your worth. You are more than the sum of others' judgments or your own doubts. Know also that anger, though often feared, can be a fierce protector. It warns you when your boundaries are crossed and fuels the strength to demand change. Harness this anger constructively. Let it drive you toward healing and transformation, rather than destruction. All these emotions, joy, surprise, contempt, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger, are part of your rich inner landscape. They reflect the complexity of your experience and the depth of your humanity. Embrace them without judgment, knowing that each feeling serves a purpose and offers insight into your soul's journey. You are not defined by moments of weakness or despair, nor are you confined to a destiny shaped solely by hardship. Your story is one of resilience, of continual rebirth, and of unwavering support that surrounds you like a protective cloak. The future holds a tapestry woven with threads of hope, strength, and possibility, waiting for you to claim it. Allow yourself to rest in the assurance that you are never alone. Even in the darkest nights, there is a quiet presence holding you, steadying you, and whispering that dawn is coming. This presence is patient and loving, ready to catch you if you stumble, and to celebrate your smallest victories. So as you move forward, carry this message close to your heart. Your life matters profoundly. Each step, no matter how tentative, moves you closer to healing and wholeness. Each breath taken in faith is a victory over despair. The path is not always clear, and the journey is not always easy, but it is yours, and you are supported every inch of the way. In moments of doubt, When shadows threaten to overwhelm you, return to this truth. Find comfort in the steady rhythm of care that never fades. Let it be the anchor that holds you firm, the light that guides you through uncertainty, and the strength that empowers you to rise again. Your life is a precious gift, rich with meaning and potential. Embrace the support that is always present and step boldly into the future you deserve, a future filled with peace, purpose, and enduring joy. Amen.